Today, this is Group 2 and we will be presenting about digital marketing. So first off, this will be our chapter, Introducing Digital Marketing. So digital marketing is the use of digital technology platforms combined with traditional media to achieve your marketing objectives. Digital marketing typically involves using paid, owned, and earned digital media channels and using other technologies such as databases for customer relationship management. A customer-centric approach to digital marketing considers the need of a range of customers. This is, of course, using techniques such as a persona and customer scenarios to understand customer needs in a multi-channel buying process. This is tailoring to individual customers, which is practical using personalization techniques. Electronic commerce is electronically mediated financial and informational transactions, whereas electronic business is a broader term, and it refers to how technology can benefit all internal business processes and interactions with third parties. This includes buy-side and sell-side e-commerce and the internal value chain. E-commerce transactions includes business-to-business or B2B, business-to-consumer B2C, consumer-to-consumer C2C, and consumer-to-business transactions, which is C2B. So there are 6 digital media channels, namely search marketing, online PR, partnership affiliate marketing, display advertising, email, and social media marketing. All of these communication techniques are best used in an integrated form by applying the concept of content, inbound, and permission marketing. So the internet is used to develop existing markets through enabling an additional communication and our sales channel with potential customers. It can be used to develop new international markets with a reduced need for new sales offices and agents. And companies can provide new services and possibly products using the internet. For example, Shopee is a very rampant online platform nowadays. So you don't have to go to another country just to buy a product from that area. You can just purchase it online. Knowing that, digital marketing can support the full range of marketing functions and in doing so help reduce costs, facilitate communication within and between organizations, and improve customer service. So interaction with customers, suppliers, and distributors occurs across the internet. The web and email are particularly powerful if they can be used to create relevant, personalized communication. So Chapter 2, Online Marketplace Analysis, the Microenvironment. We are in a constantly changing online environment, and so it should be monitored by all organizations in order to be able to respond to changes in the microenvironment or the immediate marketplace. The microenvironment is largely within the reach of an organization, and therefore digital marketers should be aware of the management implications that arise from this arena. To be successful, it is important to understand consumer and competitor behavior and which suppliers and intermediaries offer services that will enable a company to achieve its digital marketing goals. So we need to identify variables to develop targeting strategies, analyze consumer demand, and develop conversion strategies. Competitors. The internet has created major changes to the competitive environment. With everything being able to go online, it's now easier to compare prices, compare services, all for similar products. The Porter's 5 Forces helps assess the nature and structure of competition in online markets. So competitor benchmarking. This is a technique in which it is a structured analysis of the online services, capabilities, and performance. So it is important to understand the potential strengths and weaknesses of the companies a business might compete with online. Like I said, everything is almost available online, so you need to be able to find a way to stay ahead of your competition, and you can do that through competitor benchmarking. The Internet on Marketing Channels. So the Internet can encourage the formation of new channel structures. So there are 2 forms that we will be discussing. First is disintermediation. So disintermediation is the opposite of reintermediation. Disintermediation means that you remove the middleman of your channel. So nowadays, manufacturers can sell their goods directly to the consumers, directly to the end users. This is made possible with the internet nowadays, and the reintermediation is when the business is able to get resellers for their business. And this is all possible with marketing channels on the internet aspect. So the business model is a summary of how a company will generate revenue, identify product offerings, value-added services, revenue sources, and target customers. The internet opportunity. So with the internet, new revenue model is now available. For example, commission and affiliate referrals to other sites or banner advertising. In the past, without the internet, advertising was mainly limited to print or traditional marketing. But nowadays, you can even put up advertisements through putting them up on blogs or even articles. And also, you can form new commercial arrangements with the internet. Customer analysis. This is assessing demand for online services, characteristics of existing online customers, and the multi-channel behavior of customers as they select and purchase products. So it is an important part of situation analysis. Regular competitive benchmarking should be conducted so that you could properly compare your services or offerings to your competitors. So we should note that the role of intermediaries like publishers, media sites, comparison sites, and bloggers play an important role in digital marketing. After all, these are the intermediaries that are able to promote your business, especially if they have a big reach, a big influence in the social media market. Chapter 3, the online macro environment. So we will be talking about the environmental scanning and analysis. The first force we'll be talking about is technological forces. It is very important for digital marketers to watch and assess this force. This is because we are in a rapidly changing environment, and technology varies, and it requires constant monitoring of adoption of the technology by customers and competitors for the appropriate responses. The economic forces, which is employment, interest rates, and market growth, emerging markets for digital marketers, all of these contribute to your marketing strategy as well. For political forces, the role of government can play an important role. They play an important role in promoting e-commerce, but also in trying to restrict it. For example, in China, people there are banned from using Facebook. So if you are planning to conduct business, especially with the Chinese market, then you should be wise about the social media advertising you will be using. Legal forces. So privacy, data protection, distance selling rules, taxation, brand reputation, protection, including domain name registration and copyright, must be taken into consideration. For the social forces, these include the variation in usage of the internet, while ethical issues include the need to safeguard consumer privacy and security of details. So marketers must act within current law and reassure customers about their privacy and explain the benefits of collection of personal information. Personal information is also very helpful for marketers as they could be able to reach out to these previous customers whenever they have the opportunity to share about their new promotions or their latest products. So that is all. Thank you.
Chapter 4 talks about the digital marketing strategy. So, what is the digital marketing strategy? It is needed to provide consistent direction for an organization's online marketing activities. Most especially nowadays with this pandemic, most businesses have engaged in digital marketing strategy since opening up an actual store is discouraged, and not to mention, people are just at their homes browsing through social media platforms. So there are many marketing strategies to be considered. Two of these are channel and multi-channel marketing strategy. Both of them have the same thought, which is to set a specific objectives for digital channel, whether it may be through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and etc., and how each of these platforms differ from one another. So it is very relevant to choose on what channel to use. So the need for an integrated digital marketing strategy is becoming increasingly pervasive. It is important to integrate all of their strategic plans, and it is important to understand clearly how and where the digital marketing strategy fits into the organization's business plan. So how do we structure a digital marketing strategy? So here we are using the SOSTOC model. We need to know the organization situation analysis, answering the question, where are we now? Objectives, where do we want to be? Strategy, how do we get there? Tactics, how exactly do we get there? Actions, the details of tactics, who does what and when, and lastly, the organization's control, how do we monitor performance? So we believe that there are 9 important decisions to consider in strategy formulation of digital marketing. So the first 4 decisions are concerned with fundamental questions of how an organization delivers value to customers online and which products are offered to which markets online. Whereas the rest of the decisions are more concerned with the mix of marketing communications used to communicate with customers across multiple channels. So for the strategy to be implemented, we can use the portfolio analysis. This can be which is to identify, evaluate, and select the desirable marketing application. So that sums up everything about chapter 4. Now let's move on to chapter 5. So chapter 5 talks about the impact of digital media technology on the marketing mix. So all of us are familiar of what our marketing mix composed of. These are the product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. Now let's start off with product. So all of us are familiar of bundling and branding. So So basically, bundling is like combining several products into a package at a discounted price. And so for branding, it is important both online and offline as it helps customers differentiate between products and services from different manufacturers and product and producers. Next will be the price. So, since we are talking about digital marketing approach, there have been many implications for pricing in many sectors. So, you might be wondering how forward auction, reverse auction, offer, and bid can happen in digital marketing. So, basically, they submit their response to an RFP, which is also known as request for proposal. This request for proposal post should be posted to a website at the same time. So, next will be the place. So place refers to how the product is distributed to customers. So new channel structures are available through direct sales and linking to new intermediaries. So we must all take note that there are three main locations for e-commerce transactions. This could be from the seller side, buyer side, and the intermediaries. Next will be the promotion. So here are some communication tools such as advertising, selling, sales, promotion, public relations, sponsorship, direct mail, exhibition, merchandising, packaging, word of mouth. These communication tools can be implemented online. And so next is for the people. We are all familiar of an avatar, which is also known as virtual person. A good example of an avatar is the famous Alexa. Second is an autoresponder or mailbots. These are basically automated messages, mainly acknowledgments sent to customers. Next will be the process. So, process is an element of marketing mix that involves the methods and procedures company use to achieve all marketing functions. Marketing functions such as new product development, promotion, sales, and customer service. And last will be the physical evidence. So, physical evidence mainly refers to the customer's experience of the company through the website. So, that sums up everything on chapter 5. Now, Chapter 6 talks about relationship marketing using digital platforms. So, a customer relationship management is a marketing led approach to building and sustaining long term business with customers. So, many companies have applied in marketing automation to tailor communications and offer to customer segment or groups rather than individuals. And also, most companies also use one to one marketing, meaning from the name itself, one to one marketing, the conversation is exclusive only between a company and the customer. So, another example would be electronic customer relationship management. It is basically using digital communication technologies to reach out to their customers. Also, customer-centric marketing, on the other hand, is considering the customer's behavior and need and then seeking to deliver more relevant communications and services to meet the needs of the customer. Next will be inbound marketing. So, inbound marketing and sense and response communications are also typical ways to reach out to customers through a company's website, email, and staff. So gamification is also a customer engagement that I guess most of us are not familiar of. So gamification is a customer engagement that involves applying game-based thinking to a brand, business, or organization to engage and develop quality. So next will be the customer life cycle. So the customer life cycle is composed of customer extension, um, customer selection, retention, and acquisitions. So these are the four classic marketing activities of customer relationship management which every organization must consider. So next will be the social sign-on. It is basically using an existing social network like Facebook to log into a site. Next is virtual community. It is also basically a community who shares and talks about the same interests and develop relationship with the customers. And lastly will be the web self-service. Or not to mention, when you continue to engage properly to customers, you may gain customers' loyalty, emotional loyalty, behavioral loyalty, and of course, customer satisfaction. So lastly will be the web self-service. Customers perform information requests and transactions through web-based interface rather than by contact with customer support staff. So that will be all for chapter 6. Thank you.
I am Martina Hasol and I will be reporting Chapter 7 and 8. For Chapter 7, it's all about delivering the online customer experience. So an effective online customer experience is dependent on many factors, including the visual elements of the site design and how it has been designed for persuasion, usability, accessibility, and performance. Careful planning and execution of website implementation is important in order to avoid the need for extensive reworking at a later stage if the design proves to be ineffective. First is planning website design and redesign and design projects. Without a structured plan and careful design, costly reworking is inevitable, as the first version of site will not achieve the needs of the end customers or users of the business. Companies need to decide whether to partner with the best of the breed in each or to perhaps compromise and choose the one-stop shop that gives the most balance and is most likely to achieve integration across different marketing activities. This would arguably be the new media agency or perhaps a traditional marketing agency that has an established new media division. Next is designing the user experience. The design phase is critical to a successful website since it will determine the quality of experience users of a site have. If they have a good experience, they will return. If not, they will not. Also, a good experience is determined by a number of factors, such as those that affect how easy it is to find information. It is also affected by less tangible factors, such as the graphical design and layout of the site. Third is content design. A compelling customer experience demands exceptional compelling content and a well-planned content strategy. So a good site should always begin with the user. Understand who the customer is, how they use the channel to shop, and understand how the marketplace works in that category. This includes understanding who your competitors are and how they operate online. You need continuous research, feedback, and usability testing to continue to monitor and evolve the customer's experience online. Customers want convenience and ease of ordering. They want a site that is quick to download, well constructed, and easy to navigate. So Chapter 8 is about campaign planning for digital media. Digital media is an online communications technique used to achieve goals of brand awareness, familiarity, favorability, and to influence purchase intent by encouraging users of digital media to visit a website, where they will engage with the brand or product and ultimately purchase online or offline through traditional media channel stores such as by phone or in-store. In this section, I will describe 8 key changes in the media characteristics between traditional media and digital media. First is from push to pull. Traditional media such as print, TV, radio are push media, one-way streets where information is mainly unidirectional from company to customers, unless direct response elements are built in. In contrast, many digital marketing activities like content, search, and social media marketing involve pull media and inbound marketing. Second is from monologue to dialogue to trialogue. Creating a dialogue through interactivity is the next important feature of a web and digital media, which provide the opportunity for two-way interaction with the customer. Third is from one to many to one to some and one to one. Traditional communications are one to many from one company to many customers, often the same message to different segments and often poorly targeted. With digital media, one to some reaching a niche or micro segment becomes more practical. E-marketers can afford to tailor and target their message through different segments, providing different site content or email for different audiences through mass communication and personalization. Fourth, from one to many to many communications. Here, customers can interact with each other customers via website, in independent communities, or in their personal websites and blogs. Fifth, from lean back to lean forward. Digital media are also intense media. They are interactive, lean forward media where the customer wants to be in control and wants to experience flow and responsiveness to their needs. Sixth, the medium changes the nature of standard marketing. The website or social media site can be considered as similar in function to an advertisement since it can inform, persuade, and remind customers about the offering, although it is not paid for in the same way as traditional advertisement. Seventh, increase in communications intermediaries. Traditional radio channels, newspapers, and print titles have migrated online. But in addition, there are a vast number of online-only publishers like bloggers and individuals sharing through social networks. Eighth is integration. Although digital media have distinct characteristics compared to traditional media, it does not follow that we should concentrate our communication solely on digital media. Rather, we should combine and integrate traditional and digital media according to their strength. So here are some elements of digital marketing communications plan. First is goal setting and tracking. It is important that when we set goals and track, we go beyond the volume measures of visitors, attracted to the site, and use full range of measures that volume, quality, value, and cost of visitors. Second is campaign insight. We need to research information to feed into the campaign plan, which includes potential site audience reach and compositions, online buying behavior and preferences, customer reach, customer search behavior, and competitor campaign activity. Third is segmentation and targeting. Key segmentation approaches our relationship with company, demographic segmentation, psychographic or attitudinal segmentation value, life cycle stage and behavior. It's about defining, selecting, and reaching specific audiences online. Fourth, offer a message development. Many digital campaigns have direct response as primary objectives. Defining the right offer is vital to achieving these responses objectives. The primary message should deliver relevance according to the context. Fifth is budgeting and selecting the digital media mix. It should be based on conversion models, which is a psychological model of consumer behavior that helps brand managers measure the strength of the relationship between customers and brands in reviewing all the digital media channels. Sixth is integration into overall media schedule or plan. In common with other communications media, digital media are most effective when they are deployed as part of an integrated marketing communications approach.
So, Chapter 9 identifies the 6 main digital channels. Now, choosing the most effective digital communication techniques and refining them to attract new customers is now a major activity for both online business and multi channel businesses. Hence, having clear objectives and a clear strategy will help and enable you to identify what social media opportunities work for which promotion or aspect of the business. So, it is important for any business to identify where most of your customers are and focus on engaging well with your customers on platforms. So listed on this slide are the 6 digital media channels. First is the search engine marketing. It's the process of using keywords and phrases so that the search engine crawlers will display the website in a prominent position in the natural web, which does not require a fee. Online public relations, including techniques such as influencer outreach, blogging, and reputation management. So a company uses online public relations to maximize favorable mentions by using third-party sites. Online partnerships includes affiliate marketing, co-branding, and sponsorship. Online advertising uses a range of formats including banners, skyscrapers, and overlays. Email marketing includes co-branded emails, event-triggered emails, e-newsletters, and campaign emails. Social media marketing, it engages audiences on different social networks and on a company's own site through sharing content and developing concepts which are transmitted by online word of mouth or viral marketing. So offline promotion refers to using communication tools such as advertising and delivered by traditional media such as television, radio, and print to direct visitors to an online presence. So its advantage is that it is effective in achieving 4 critical things, and that would be the reach, brand awareness, emotional connection, and explanation. In general, the disadvantages of offline communications are higher costs and higher wastage and less interactive experience. So how often should your content be updated? So the website content needs to be up to date and in line with the expectations of the customers. And another thing is that the web is perceived as a dynamic medium and customers are likely to expect new information to be posted straight away. So if the material is inaccurate, then the customer may not return to the site. Important decisions in the communications mix introduced by digital media include the balance between spend on media and creative for digital assets and ad executions, the balance between spend in traditional and offline communications, the balance between investment in continuous and campaign-based digital activity, and the balance of investment in different interactive communication tools. So, shown in this current slide are examples of different communication tools for promoting an online presence. So first is online sponsorship. It is most effective if low cost and it has a long-term co-branding arrangement. However, its weakness is that yes, it may increase awareness but does not directly lead to sales. So social media marketing, viral and word of mouth marketing, it is possible to reach a large number at low cost. On the other hand, it is difficult to create powerful viral concepts and control targeting. And lastly, the traditional offline advertising, and an advantage would be a larger reach than most online techniques and sometimes more cost effective, plus the greater the creativity, the greater the impact. But it has a typical high cost of acquisition, but more cost effective local options may be available. So that ends and concludes my discussion for Chapter 9. Now may I proceed to the next chapter. Now Chapter 10 reviews the importance of defining an appropriate approach to improve performance through assessing the right measures and processes. So, how do we measure and improve the effectiveness of digital marketing? First and foremost, we must consider that managing a website requires clear responsibilities to be identified for different roles, and these include the roles of content owners and site developers and those ensuring that the content conforms with company and legal requirements. So, to improve results for any business, performance management is vital. So, the processes and systems intended to observe and improve the performance of an organization are known as performance management systems and are based on the study of performance measurement systems. So, a structured measurement and improvement program is necessary to collect measures to assess a website's effectiveness, and it involves three stages. So, stage one, you must define a measurement process. Next stage will be defining a metrics framework, and last stage is the selection of tools for data collection, reporting, and analysis. So, measures of internet marketing effectiveness can be categorized as assessing the business effectiveness. These measure the impact of the website on the whole business. Level 2 measures the number of leads and sales achieved via the internet and effect of the internet on retention rates and other aspects of the marketing mix, and that would be the marketing effectiveness. Level 3, these measures assess how well the site is being promoted and do so by reviewing the popularity of the site and how good it is at delivering the customer needs. So the measures of effectiveness are collected in two main ways, online and offline or in combination. So online measures are obtained from a web server log file or using browser-based techniques, and offline measures are marketing outcomes such as sales that are directly attributable to the website. And other measures of the effectiveness are available through surveying customers using questionnaires, interviews, and focus groups. So to produce a good quality website, standards are required to enforce uniformity in terms of first, the site look and feel, second, the corporate branding, and lastly, the quality of content.
Hi guys, my name is Martin Playo, and today I'm going to be presenting the chapter 11 or the business to consumer digital marketing practices. So a little introduction is that B2C markets have really made a significant contribution to the commercial development of the internet. This is done through the encouraging of wide-scale use of transactional e-commerce by a diverse and increasingly global range of customers. So, as I go through the discussion, we're going to go through two different perspectives or two key themes. First is the customer perspective, which focuses on the online consumer in his or her profile. And the next is the company perspective, which focuses on the development of online retailing and types of online strategies. So who are the online consumers? Well, according to Doherty and Ellis Chadwick, and in their 2006, they grouped the consumers and a lot of the large body of literature into two broad categories. So the first one is consumer profile. So under two consumer profile, there are two subcategories, which is the classification of variables, which are those personal attributes that help marketers as they identify particular consumers and target groups. This could be their age, where they live, their gender preference, and the like. So character variables, which is the second one, which comprises any attribute of a consumer's perception, beliefs, and attitudes. Next is the second category is consumer experiences, which is delivery, timeliness, availability, convenience, and customer service. So for Doherty and Ellis Chadwick in the 2006 study, they identify these 5 different experiences to be important in the customer in affecting customer purchase intention. So what are the 4 different dimensions of e-tailing? So Wolfenbarger and Gilly in their 2003 study stated that there are 4 dimensions, which first is website design. Customers will look forward to an easy navigation in your website and appropriate levels of information. Second would be the fulfillment or reliability. This will the customer will always look for the accurate display and the delivery of the right product within the promised time frame. Then the third is the customer service. Customers will always look forward to the business responsiveness and helpfulness and willingness to serve. So fourth is privacy and security, which I myself am very wary of. This is to secure that the payment details for during after the transaction would be secure and that no details would be leaked. Next is the development. So we're going back to the development of online retailing or how e-tailing came to be. So in the early 90s, it was considered to be nothing but a geekish environment, usually by computer experts and scientists. But in 1995, some companies dared to go and test out online trading, which they were not really successful at the beginning. But by 2008, most retailers considered it essential to have a website. By 2015, online retailing has become increasingly popular and important to retailers around the world. So what do they use? They use a retail channel. Now what is a retail channel? A retail channel is the use of the internet as both as a communication and transactional channel concurrently in business and consumer markets. This is where the businesses or the retailing businesses use to to uh, to share their marketing activities or promotional activities as well as do business and complete transactions uh, concurrently. Next would be the online retail formats and strategic approaches. These are the strategic approaches that you may have for your e-website. I mean for your website rather. First is the operational strategy. So you have to identify what type of business you are, what type of retailing business you are. So bricks and clicks retailers are those businesses that both have the physical store and the e-store or the e-website or the website wherein their customers can also as an alternate route. But they focus more on their physical stores rather than their online stores. Now, clicks and mortar retailers are, on the other hand, more focused on their online stores compared to their physical stores. Now, pure play retailers are as what you would have expected right now would be focusing more on their online stores. So these are people who mostly use online advertising for their retail stores. Next is the omni-channel retailing, which is the way people shop as a result of the intervention of digital technologies and social media. So, what do you do to stop to gain the attention of your customer and create awareness? So, first, you have to eliminate silos and create seamless experiences. Eliminate silos means that you have to eliminate any and all possible ways that your marketing activities or promotional activities may have uh, which doesn't which bars your company from or which bars the company from reaching the desired customers. So creating seamless experiences would be leaving no room for hassle for the customer. And the next is increase in opportunities to digitally interact. This means that you have to put up more avenues wherein you as a business can interact with your customers, giving them reassurance that everything is okay and making them see that they are important. Then third is to analyze and measure consumer behavior. Through this you can save a lot of cost from your marketing activities by cutting out useless or marketing activities that do not at all catch the attention of your customers. So in every business, there will always be performance gaps, especially in the marketing. So for the e-retailers, it is important to identify any performance gaps and develop strategies which help to close them. So as you can see right now, this on the left portion is a performance gap. The second is the description, and the third or the right one is the managerial implications or how to deal with them. So that is all for chapter 11. Moving on to chapter 12, which is the business-to-business digital marketing practice. So there are three types of organizational markets in the business-to-business business-to-business market. So first is the industrial market, or this is a market wherein there is wherein businesses meet to supply and demand to answer the demand and supply the needs of other businesses. Businesses that you can find here most likely would be agricultural companies supplying the needs of a lot of restaurants. Then reseller market are what you can see in our in social media right now. Reselling, you would say, reselling bikinis, reselling makeups, or reselling any computer goods. So these markets are typically the kind that smaller businesses do. Government markets are contains government agencies which would procure supplies for any government activities. So these are like the SWD and the AFP. So how do you acquire customers in B2B marketing? So we use so how do you use digital marketing to support? Well, first is search engine marketing. Search engine marketing applies to e-retailers, wherein you can use search engines such as Yahoo as well as Google to support your marketing activities. Second is online PR. If you are weak with search engine marketing, you can do online PR as a means of cutting costs and creating awareness to your business through other outlets in your social media accounts. So online partnerships would be one of the most famous ways of presenting or promoting your business through the use of partnerships, either through another business or which the most famous one that is utilized by a lot of businesses right now are the use of influencers. So display advertising are your typical display ads or the video ads, the posters and everything. So opt-in email marketing is as what Ma'am Balaran has taught us in our classes. These are the types of marketing wherein you have to bid directly through email or send your bids to your customers to apply for as a supplier. Social media marketing is one of the biggest and most fashionable means of marketing in today's generation. So next is the lead generation and conversion optimization for B2B marketing. So the first stage of lead generation and conversion is inbound marketing. So inbound marketing means or talks about your marketing activities that would eventually lead the customer to your physical store. Next is the engagement devices or the avenues or the outlets wherein the customers are able to reach your website or your store. So offering access means allowing the customers to freely move about your website or your e-store. Stage four is leads or follow up, meaning that whenever the customers try to visit your store, you follow them up with promotions. You follow them up with engagement with the customer, maybe upselling different goods or promoting goods. Next is the customer retention in B2B marketing. There are three areas of relationship in marketing activities. So post-sale customer relationship management. This is the ensuring that the customer had or asking for a review on the transaction and or the sending of e-receipts to the customer. So you are telling the customer thank you for spending your time with us. We hope you come back again. And then, or if they had a bad experience, you can ask them why they had a bad experience and the likes. The second is the market research. So market research helps a business cut costs by cutting marketing activities that do not necessarily support the business. So third is knowledge sharing, or you are sharing information with other businesses as to how you did your processes, or sharing the information of the current market price of your most wanted product and the likes. Next is electronic procurement or the purchasing of goods through the internet. This is done through business to business supplier and demand supplier and the customer. So first is e-sourcing or finding the proper way or proper supplier. Looking for asking for bids for suppliers who may have who may have the or who rather would have the same products, but you are looking for the price and the quality. So e-sourcing is really important. So e-tendering is the process of completing or finalizing the details of your transaction. Next is e-informing. E-informing is informing the business that you are in contact and that you are in contact with. And then e-reverse auctions and e-MRO and web-based ERP both help the business find better prices and support your business as you purchase raw materials. So there are two different business to business e-marketplace. I mean three rather business to business e-marketplace, which is the B2B independent e-marketplace, whereas this is solely focused on business like supply and demand. As I mentioned a while ago, the supplier and the customer. So that is a B2B. This is you can apply yourself as a business owner and you are looking for raw materials and you're also selling goods for other businesses that they may be using something. So buyer oriented e-marketplaces is for buyers only. Is for buyers only. This is an e-marketplace wherein you cannot really this is a store. This is a store that most likely would focus on not most likely is the focusing on buyers, which this model offers a greater opportunity for buyers, greater opportunity to limited suppliers. So next is the supplier-oriented e-marketplace. So this is for individual or businesses that are looking for suppliers in the first place. So last but not the least, we have to conclude my presentation on implementing digital marketing strategies. The implications are that organizations should seriously consider on how to develop massive capacity to benefit from the online trading environment. That is all. Thank you. And on behalf of Halan Hardin, we say goodbye. Thank you.